with nature. And this is something Wangari Maathai emphasized in her life's work. From even personal experience, when like I go to a park and I see animals, I see the trees, the plants, listening to the birds, that somehow makes, if I had some turmoil, that calms the turmoil. And I think therefore intrinsically we have a relationship as human beings, we have a relationship with nature, and the more we sustain that relationship, the better. So I was not available when you started, but fortunately I have come to be with you at the end, and we have discussed about how the county can make Zawe a better place for hiking, a better place for mountain climbing, and we commit to work with you to actualize that, plus also the other satellite hills, so that they can also be ready, so that there is a new circuit. Working with our tourism department, there is a new circuit where people they go to Abadias, they go to Ngong, they go to all those other places, and it is known that Makueni is available with the necessary infrastructure. So this is something that we commit to do. We would of course like to work with the national government, particularly through Kenya Forest Service, to make sure that, because a lot of the forests are still national level forests, to make sure that there is a protection of the forests, and there's also, we keep on growing them and so on. Because here, as a county, we are one of the counties which took on climate change seriously. We had like the first legislation on climate change. We had even a dedicated fund for climate change. We have climate change committees at the grassroots in now 20 wards, and we are trying to complete the other 10 wards, and there communities are engaged in identifying problems and what to do to deal with those problems. But you know, all of you from Nairobi, from Makueni, from professions, people also go to abroad to you know, climb mountains, so vast experience and knowing what happens in the world. I think the country can use you to similarly create this green culture of mountain climbing, of afforestation and so on in our country. And at least from Makueni, we will be able to do that together in this period of the period that I'm governor here. And I'm looking forward to also other leadership that will continue on this green culture, mountain climbing, all these positive things that help in terms of people's physical state, aesthetic state, protection of the environment, and so on. And maybe one last thing to say is Masika did explain that when you go to climb a particular place, you involve the community so that the community can be part of the business, the community can begin to act as tour guides, the community can become an integral part of what you do, and so that there is ownership of that community with what is happening in terms of protection.
This team, I can call it the Hawthorne Rangers, Friends of the Forest. The reason actually and the background in forming our undertaking is the value for forest resource, which of course we know without the forest, without the trees, without the beauty of the land, human life will actually be a real challenge. So studies have been carried out, and actually the main ones have articulated some issues which are to address the issues of the forest. And according to the task force report on forest resource management and logging activities in Kenya 2018, forest resource contributes to about 7 billion revenue of this country. And recently, Kenya forests have actually been depleted with all the value which are attached actually to the forest. The resource has been depleted at a very alarming rate. We can say forests are actually very important in maintaining our environment. And even without much elaboration on this, it is the forest which is actually takes first position when it comes to the management of the environment. Forests also play a very important role in modification of country's climate, and actually it is against this background that this team of modern climbers aims to enjoin Kenya Forest Service in this county and entire areas so that the communities also living within can embark on the same concept of conserving and exploring safely and responsibly a natural hilly terrain environment of the forest. Our general objective is to conserve and utilize natural hilly terrain of the forest through non-extractive activities to realize a healthy community and physical environment. The specific objectives of our team is first to attain a healthy society. Number two, it is to enrich social and cultural interactions. Number three is to increase people will power to set and achieve goals. That is team building. And then number four, it is preserve environment. Number five, economic empowerment. Number six, enhance tourism. Number seven, enhance sporting. And number eight, to ensure sufficient forest resource mapping and conservation. The concept pilot actually has identified Zawi, which is also called Makuli, as a potential place where much can be done as pertains what we have discussed. Our proposed stakeholders are the Kenya Forest Service, Makuli Community Forest Association, the local community, and then the county government of Makueni.
And our role or our interest is basically to encourage people, the Makueni residents being some of them, to be sensitive to nature. And for them to be able to do that is also to take them into the nature itself and start enjoying the benefits, of that nature in terms of beauty, in terms of the role it plays in providing for our living and so on. So we have done that. We have traveled world over, and we think the community in Makueni can participate in this and can indeed benefit a lot in this as well. We want to work as partners so that when the benefits, the results are out, then we can be proud of it all.
How are you enjoying? Forget the claim. You're doing better than most. You mean the iPhone? No, I get money. Wait. You have to take the iPhone version. Ma. Hii ni wala nasema. Sema kimeumana. Vijana mpo! Haya, one more. Now get in the picture. Yeah. Okay. No. Kuna shida nyingine? You don't need to take a picture through the bush. Okay. This is very beautiful.
Sawa.
Right? You show it, not you show it, you surrender it. Naweza kutokea video kidogo. Nikakupatia habari kuhusu bana. Unapiga vitu anaona wale wewe wana muone. Simone. Na 340 ya bia biko there.